Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're back to our baits of the month. September is a great time to fish. It's one of my favorite times because it is so cool out there. You can see the Ravens shirt on. I'm a Ravens fan. And football season means fall bass fishing, fall transition. It is a really fun time to fish. It's cooler at night, cooler in the morning, still are hot days. But man, this is the time to get out there, catch bass because they are really starting to clump up in certain spots. So it's hard to find. But when you find them, they're going to be grouped up together. So let's talk about how to find them in these baits and some of my favorite baits for the month of September. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hey, as a reminder, I did not forget, as I was away, I didn't forget about the Bass Bait giveaway. Those winners will be announced in this video, and each winner will receive some of the baits from this month. I'm not giving you July baits, I'm giving you September baits. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna share those two winners and what baits they're getting this month. But September is a great time for bass fishing. Let's get into those baits. All right, so the first bait that I really love is the underspin. This time of year, big, nice shad is happening right now. So underspins, I went smallmouth fishing, so I got a chartreuse, electric blue minnows on here. But the tactical bass and underspin, I like it more with the X Zone Swammer. That's probably my preferred trailer right now. Storm Lago Shad is in there as well, but the X Zone Swammer this time of year, I prefer that one. So that's what I've been dealing with. But underspin, really good this time of year. All right, the next bait up, and my favorite bait. I fell in love with this bait. You can see it right now, it's a jerkbait. I fell in love with this bait a couple falls ago fishing it. It is probably one of my favorite ways to catch bass. This is the, what is this? This is the Rapala Shadow Wrap. Now, it's a little different than in spring. Right now, there's a lot of vegetation still up there, so you might want to use maybe a soft jerk bait like a fluke or jerk shads. That's applicable right now. But the difference now with jerk baits, and listen in real quick, because jerk baits are great this time of year, but your retrieval is going to be much different, right? In spring, you're setting it for a long pause, right? You snap it and you let it pause, right? Get down to the depth. Now, in the fall, the jerks are going to be a little bit quicker. The jerks have to be still subtle enough to where it's not taking a lot of line. One thing that I do to make sure that my jerkbait retrieve is always natural looking, right, and not too strong, is I'll set my drag loose enough to where every time I switch that jerkbait, I hear a little bit of that drag release. Now, you're still gonna hook up with those fish, right, because those bass are gonna be swiping at it, and those treble hooks are definitely gonna grab it, but I'll let it go enough so I can hear that click, click, just so I can hear that drag. And that just assures me that I'm not going to be overworking it or over pushing it. Now in the fall, you can work it a little bit faster because the bass are so active. In the spring, they're still waking up a little bit, so those subtle retrieves work. But in the spring, in the fall, you really want to make sure that you're losing that drag and making sure you're working that bait pretty fast. Okay. All right. So our next bait of the month is going to be the chatterbait. Now you can use any chatterbait you want. I prefer the Mini Max. It's a jackhammer right here. I prefer the Mini Max. Hey, if you use that new Chatterbait Evo, let me know in the comments your review. What do you think about it? What do you like about it? What trails have you been using? I haven't gotten one yet. I'm kind of waiting a little bit, but I've heard a lot of good things about the Chatterbait Evo. If you're one of those guys that have been, or girls that have been fishing that Chatterbait Evo, please let me know in the comments what you think about the bait. But once again, I retrieve this a little bit differently in the fall than I do in the spring, and that's just for me. But I'm going to tell you how I do it. So whether it's a Mini Max, a jackhammer, an Evo, doesn't really matter. What matters is how you work that bait. So for me, I'm fishing shallow in the fall. And what I usually do on this retrieve is I'll throw it out there, I'll let it fall. And then what I'll do is, instead of letting it, doing a steady retrieve and just bringing it in, I'll do one of two things. My favorite retrieve is I'll let it hit and I'll just give it a big pop, right? And feel that vibration really hard vibration, and then let it fall again. And that's how I'm working it back. Really big pull and letting it sink, right? And then reeling that in that slack. Really big pull. And on that fall, right after that big vibration, I'm letting that fall. And when it falls, that's usually when I'm getting that strike. Okay, so that's how I've been working it in the fall. It's really helpful for me. Another one I do is I'll especially with the Mini Max, and especially around weeds and stuff like that, throw it out there. I'll burn, twitch, burn, pause, right? So I'm either burning it and twitching it as I go, kind of giving it more of a reaction, or I'll burn it, twitch, and I just let it set for a second and then burn it again, right? So not really a burn. Burn is probably the wrong word, but I'll retrieve it steady, twitch, retrieve it steady, twitch. And it kind of makes it more erratic, and it gives that more of a reaction style strike to the bass, right? So those are 3 baits that I'm really focusing on in the early fall transition here. Now for the moment that you have all been waiting for is our bass giveaways. Now I'm gonna have 2 winners from this giveaway. Each winner is gonna receive a Rapala Shadow Rat. I got a moss black shiner color for you guys. And each winner will also receive a Chatterbait Mini Max in that bluegill color. So those are 2 of my baits and my colors that I really like this time of year. So you each will get one of those. There's 2 winners. So drum roll please for the first winner. Jason Adams 4072. Jason Adams 4072. You have won some of these baits, so we'll be contacting you to get these baits out to you. And the next winner is, drum roll, Alvin Terry Q31. Alvin Terry-Q31. You're our second winner. Congratulations. You both will be getting those baits. I'll be reaching out to you shortly to get your information and send those out. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for helping this channel to grow. I really appreciate it. A lot of things coming up in the next couple months will be more geared towards kind of getting ready for the next season, because this season's starting to close out pretty fast. But thanks for watching the channel, and I appreciate y'all. Your boy's back in the building, and I'll see you in the next video.